Hey everybody, Adam Savage here in Tested's Makerspace. I know, we do show a lot of sequences from this makerspace, but I am rarely in them or in here, and yet I feel very at home. And I have a beautiful thing in front of me and to my left, and they are linked. Because in this box is a 1/6 scale, that is about 12 inches tall, Clavius suit, which is what this is. With the help of some very talented fabricators, I commissioned most of the pieces of this, God, now about 10 years ago? 9 years ago? A long time ago. And this is, these are the first spacesuits you see in Stanley Kubrick's film 2001. Haywood Floyd and his team head out to the Clavius base to inspect the anomaly, and they wear these silver suits. They are one of my favorite spacesuits in film history. And figures of these suits are hard to come by and often quite expensive. I didn't even know about this one. From Executive Replicas comes this Clavius astronaut 1/6 scale suit. I have many of the replicas of the 2001 suits. I have many 1/6 scale replicas. I think I have 3. And like I said, they're exceedingly rare for a piece that has so much cultural love. So I'm potentially delighted by what's in here. Apparently, too, there is not an action figure in here. This is just the suit, which is fascinating. I mean, I have some blank bodies that I could dress this in, and I may, in fact, do that. Oh my God, I actually think I have some 1/6 scale heads of me, right? Yeah, I could put this suit on. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. I love unboxing videos here on the channel because I love the art of graphic design, and as a lifelong storyteller in multiple media, you know, when you release a product like this, the story starts here. And I noticed that they have made a box that feels a little taller than your average figure box, and I think they might have tried to hold to roughly the dimensions of the obelisk from 2001, which I appreciate. They've also done this lovely juxtaposition where they have what is clearly their suit against the real background of the Clavius dig from 2001. That is awesome. That is beautiful. 2001, the font is Futura Extra Bold. Stanley Kubrick's favorite font, subsequently my favorite font, because I'm just a copycat. We have a side shot of the suit we have a shot of the suit on the side here, and another view here. Again, I appreciate the graphics, and on the back, a more full version. And I noticed actually that their replica is missing a little bit of text on the black here, but it would be exceedingly small. Funny side note about the text on the side. I'm gonna let you zoom in a minute, but we wondered for a long time what this text said, and then I got access, one of our team got access to some exceedingly rare reference material and discovered that the text here on the black part is actually the legalese from a rub-down lettering letter set from the 60s. Nothing makes me happier than that. It literally says, every instant lettering sheet is interleaved with a protective backing. How awesome is that? Anyway, I'm not gonna harp on the details that they missed. This is a miniature. And like I said, that text would be unreadably small at this scale. So put that there. All right, okay, so again, now that I'm on the inside, I have a blank cardboard box, but it's got the label on the side, on the bottom, which I appreciate. They've already anticipated that you may store this thing on a shelf, and they've labeled it for you. Again, I appreciate that attention to detail. Let's get rid of that. Oh, I'm just really enjoying looking down at this. Okay. The first thing I'm going to pull out is the thing that you've noticed the least, which is this. This is how the suits were supported in the film. And I actually showed this to the Smithsonian's archivist, Lisa Young, because they were talking about how to display a spacesuit with a helmet not attached to the spacesuit. And I said, well, they do that in 2001. She was like, really? I'm like, yeah, they use these tubes with a holder on it, and it is this. And so I'm assuming that this post right here is what these go on, and the helmet sits on this one, and the suit locks into this one. It's brilliant. I attempted to do this with this suit, and I actually even went and bought one of those light poles that pressurizes to the ceiling that photographers use, and that's when I discovered that those light poles are not meant to hold up the kind of weight of the Clavius suit. It is, it's a heavy one. And what I found was I stored it on that post, and then I went home and I came back in the morning and the whole thing had fallen over. Yeah, luckily no damage to the helmet and only a couple scratches that I fixed. But that is really cool. That is, that's attention to detail, man, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna open the helmet last because I'm the most excited about it. We have here a really interesting feature, which is the wrist compad, this thing right here. Now, the wrist compad is a controversial addition to this suit because while there are behind the scenes shots of this suit with a compad on it, they don't have the compad in the actual shots from the film. So they've made theirs with a magnet on it that it's removable. Again, an incredible attention to detail. We have a couple little rubber hoses with the attachments on them. That is pretty freaking accurate. Let's put that there. And we'll put this here. Here's another hose. That's great. We've got a pair of hands in case we want them. Oh, and there are also gloved hands. That's great. Here is the front pack. I was wrong. They do have the text on the front. Ha! Not only do they have the text on the front, hold on, I'm not even sure I can read this. Did they get it right? I think they might have. Hold on. Suit pressure breach will occur. So they've gone with like period correct text, which again, totally makes sense, frankly, even though, you know, it totally makes sense because if you were buying this and you read that it says something about the Letraset protective cover, you'd be like, what is that? It would be something about the suit. So I don't mind that shift in the text. Here comes the backpack, which is, wow, truly magnificent. Dude. Okay, all right, I see. Okay, so, yep. The front pack goes to that. That comes around to the helmet, yes. They are missing, they're missing just a couple little things, but I'll show them in a minute. Here comes out the suit. Oh, with the boots. The boots are famously British firemen's boots. They are incredibly hard to come by. I actually have a real pair down here on my suit. The quilting, which in the case of this replica is done as a sort of a textured vinyl fabric, looks terrific. It's, if anything, it's a little bit finer than the real thing. Oh, wow. And this Velcros up. Oh, is that really, oh my God. It Velcros open and you can put it on the same way you put on the real thing. You undo this zipper. Wow. Marvelous. And then, oh. And then the helmet comes on the top here. Just sits there like this. And here comes the helmet. Oh, wow. Oh, lovely. A few things that I notice about the helmet. It is a little bit shorter. It's a little bit shorter. Wow, they've actually got, this is quite interesting. They've actually got the the width change from the side here to the front pretty accurate. The stickers are great. The logic modules, which are these Velcro modules on the back of the helmet, are it's a very interesting detail because in 2010, the year we make contact, they modified these helmets, and the logic modules are the fastest way to tell whether you're looking at a 2010 or 2001 helmet. The logic modules on the real thing are literally just flat pieces of plastic with Velcro on the back. They have made theirs more of a compound curve, which is less accurate, and they've run into the same difficulty that everyone does on the 2001 suit, which is how do you fit these 8 logic modules that are all flat into a compound plane? And they've made some compromises there, but they've also, these side pieces here, these little side pieces are, man, there's not a single detail that's missing, which is amazing to me. Because there's a thing that happens when you are when you're cosplaying and you run into someone else cosplaying the same costume. It doesn't matter how good or which one is better at all. The fact is, when two people who are cosplaying the same costume meet, they know that their brains have crossed the same territory, and there's an intimacy that they share from this. And so when I look at a piece like this, I know that whoever was on this team covered so much of the same territory that I have covered to learn about how this stuff works, to understand all the finer details of this. And I think, is that meant to clip in there? I'm kind of curious. Oh, could I have this upside down? I think I might have it upside down. Let's see here. Because I think maybe that is meant to be the... Yeah, I think that's meant to be the bottom. Yeah, I think I got it, the whole thing wrong. Here we go. Oh, now I understand. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit slow today. Here we go. That sits there, and that's right. They totally make a like that. That's the deal. It goes like that in the helmet. Yeah, see? Everything's better now. I know, I haven't put the backpack or front pack on. We're gonna do that in just a second. Now, the front pack connects to the backpack like so. And we're gonna get this around, Ooh, ooh. I will eventually get a body and install it in here. Totally. Dressing action figures, man, it is always a little bit of a thing. Oh, right, and you came out. Okay, so there you go. Now you're back in, and your leg came out. Why am I continuing to fix the legs while everything's undoing? I don't have to. All right, here we go. This guy. So, these are for holding on to it with a little more alacrity, which is fine, but I don't have a body in here, so I'm not going to implement these. I have to say, I'm so delighted that someone finally made a replica of the 2001 Clavius silver spacesuit. It is, as you can well imagine, my favorite suit from the film. They really did not miss a trick. Every freaking tiny little detail is in here, including the tube that goes to the side of the helmet with the helmet port, this thing right here. It's all in the correct orientation. If I'm going to pick some nits, I would say that the helmet is not as accurate as it could be. It could be a little longer. The bubble's the bubble's about right, but there's a flavor to the helmet. It's such a complex shape. It is so hard to get right. It's just a little bit off. But dude, this is now a proud member of my spacesuit collection, and I'm over the moon. Yeah, pun intended. I use that joke every single time I'm talking about spacesuits. Thank you guys for joining me for this show and tell. I'm Adam Savage, and I will see you next time.